Hi everyone, in this video I am going to discuss how to solve any types of average questions. It's an effective method and we can solve average questions in seconds. It is a smart approach and easier than usual method. Let's move on to the video. So here there are 5 numbers 560, 570, 565, 575 and 550. In the usual basic method, to find the average, we should add these numbers, these five numbers and divide it by 5. There is an effective and smart approach that is not that much tough than the usual method. We can discuss it. In the smart approach, we want to assume any number that is closer to these numbers, and whether it is less or greater, we must if it is lesser than that number, we should indicate it by minus, and if it is greater, we would indicate it by addition or plus symbol. Let's assume the number be 560. So we must compare 560 with these numbers. Whether it is less or greater, we would indicate it by, if it is less, we would indicate it by minus symbol, and if it is greater than 560, we would indicate it by plus signal. Assumed number is 560, so 560 when compared with this 560, there is no difference, so we would write 0. So 560 is lesser than 570, so when we add 10 to 560, we would get 570, so plus 10, it is greater, there is why plus. And 565 is 5 more than 560, so plus 5. And 575 is 15 more than 560, so plus 15. So 550 now. 550 is 10 lesser than 560, so minus 10. In the next step, you must add all the plus and subtract the minus. So adding 0 plus 10 plus 5 plus 15 and minus 10 divided by the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 numbers, 5. So by adding the pluses, we would get 30, and minus 10 we would and by 5. So at last 20 by 5 is equal to 20 divided by 5 is 4. And at last, to get the average, we here get plus 4 as answer, because the number of pluses were greater than the number of minuses. So we get the answer in plus. So to get the average, we should add 4 to the assumed number, assumed number 560. So average is equal to 560 plus 4 is equal to 564, and the average of 560, 570, 565, 575 and 550 is 564, and within seconds we reach to this answer. So we shouldn't want to add these numbers and divide it by 5. Just assume a number close to it and check whether it is greater or lesser than the assumed number, and add it and divide it by the numbers there, and to get the average, the answer that we got after doing these steps, and add it with the assumed number. What is the assumed number? Here it is 560, and here that we got is 4. So add the numbers. So average is equal to 560 plus 4. If it is minus 4, then we would subtract it. There's another type of average question also. So here the numbers are 530, 540, 550 and 560. One number is mixing. One number is x. So we want to find that number, and average is given as 550. How can we find it? So first of all, we want to write average. Average is 550. And the numbers are 530, 540, 550, 560 and x. We want to find that x. So next step, we want to compare that numbers with the average 550. So when comparing 530 with 550, there is minus 20 because 550 530, when we add 20 to it, we would get 550. So it is, when compared to 550, it is 20 less. So 540 is 10 less. 550 when compared to 550 is 0. So 560 is plus 10. When compared to 550, we want to add 10 to get 560, and then x. So when we add these numbers, or when we subtract, or when we add these numbers, we want to get 0. So it is a rule. So when we add it, minus 20 minus 10, we would get minus 30, and here plus 10. So here we would get minus 10 plus 10 minus 30 plus 10 plus x. So minus 30 plus 10 is minus 22, also is equal to 0. So to get 0 here 1 minus 20. So the x wants to be plus 20 to get minus 20 here. So to get 0, we want to add plus 20 to minus 20. So the x is 20 more than the assumed number. The assumed number is, or the average is 550, and just add 20 with it. So we would get 570, and 570 would be the x. There are two practice questions for you. I hope you understood the first type and the second type. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like. Thank you.